Good morning, afternoon, or evening, dear YOGATXers. My name is Echo. Thank you for practicing with me today, and welcome to my little casita here in Guatemala. I am inspired to share a physical practice today of working with the groin, working with the inner thighs, and the hips. So opening the hips and the groin area, getting into our abductors and adductors. Even if you're not feeling tightness here, it's so beautiful to move through the different areas of the body in the different days of the week to really work with the fullness of the body and to completely integrate each week the different kind of neighborhoods of our physical form. And so when we get into the hips and when we get into the groin, there can be a lot of emotional release here as well. We can get into kind of anger and worry when we're talking about different meridians, when we get into stomach meridian and into the liver meridian within traditional Chinese medicine. There's a lot of energy moving here. So you might have a desire to go into it. Maybe you love to feel your feelings and come into pleasure and the openness here of the hips, or maybe there's a retraction. But I encourage you, whatever it is, that this is a neighborhood that exists in your body. And so each week, each day, you have an opportunity to travel the different barrios de tu vecino, so of your neighborhood, of your neighbors, and explore, get curious. So that being said, let's go ahead and start. And we're gonna bring the feet together, take a hold of the big toe, sit up nice and tall. And you can shut the eyes down if you'd like and just begin to flutter the knees. So like your little butterfly. Flutter, 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 flutter. We're gonna get faster and faster. So we're getting some dynamic movement into the knees, into the adductors. And slowly stop, bring the knees up together, take a hold of the front of your shins and let your head drop in. I like to call this egg pose. Let the back of the neck grow long. And you can always come to this posture in your poses throughout this practice and different practices if emotions are coming up or if you're just feeling too much physical sensitivity. Here's your retreat. So coming back open, bring the feet further away this time. And kind of like your feet are a book, you're opening the pages of the book. You can take a hold of the front of the shins, take an inhale. And exhale, slowly fold forward. You can use the elbows to press the knees open. And for some of your bodies, this is gonna be achievable right now. For some of your bodies, your hips might be saying, no way, Jose. So if you see that you're compensating by rounding the upper back to come closer to your feet, come out of the pose a bit, straighten the spine and lean in until your limitation, until your capacity for today is reached. And just be there, breathe. Inhale and exhale through the nostrils. And slowly come back up. Bring the right foot in to meet the left thigh. Bring the left leg out. And we're not coming straight over the left leg here first. We're gonna keep the left leg out to the side a bit. So our chest isn't facing the left leg. It's more centered. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left calf. Right arm stretching up and over, get nice and long. So for some of you, you might stay here. You might even have a block. A block could be helpful if this is already quite intense for you in the right side body. Or for some, you might be able to come down and grab a hold of the left toe and move underneath it. My body is saying no today. And slowly come back up. Bring the right hand behind you. Press the hips up and forward. Reach the left arm back. And slowly bring the hips down. Now we bring the left foot in front of us, right foot to meet the left thigh. Now you can square your shoulders over the left leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly fold over the left leg. Maybe you take a hold of the left foot, maybe not. We're getting into the back line a little bit here as well, or a lot of bit here. And slowly peel the chest up. Let's do the other side. So right leg goes out wide, left foot to meet the right thigh. Bring the right hand in front of the right shin and bring the left arm up and over. Get nice and long through the left side body. Maybe you go down further, trying to take a hold of that right big toe with the left hand. My body is not giving me the go-ahead today. I hope that wherever you are, you have a bit of peace. I can hear the birds outside my window. The sun is shining through. Feeling really blessed to be able to have the time and space to practice yoga today. So if you are doing so, you should be grateful too, or you can be grateful. You shouldn't do anything. So let's go ahead and bring that right leg towards the camera or to the front of the room if you don't have a camera like me. Left foot to meet the right thigh. Let's stretch the chest up and slowly fold forward. It's so funny. I get so used to filming. Part of my practice is now that the camera has become a being. It's a being of its own. So it represents all of the faces out here that I don't get to see up close and personal. But I'm even referencing the camera like it's a being in my life. Two more breaths here. And slowly peel the chest up. Bring the left hand behind the left hip. Press the hips back, up and forward. Right arm reaches back. So you might feel the difference of having that right leg out a little bit wider as compared to straight now. And slowly come back down. We're going to come onto the knees, and this pose can be quite intense. So I do invite you to get padding if you have blankets. If you want to roll up the edges of your yoga mat to protect the knees, do so. I'm on a straw floor or a straw mat on a concrete floor, so this is going to be a bit intense for me, but I'm going to do it because my body is used to this now. So we're going to take the knees wide, and you want your feet to face out, and your knees are going to be in line with your ankles. And very slowly, you're going to come down onto your forearms, and we're going to let the knees open up wide. You want to keep your hips in line with your knees, ankles in line with knees, and so we're creating little 90-degree kind of cubes here. So if you notice yourself coming forward out of the pose, use the elbows to press back. Ooh, concrete, hello. And use your breath, equal inhales and exhales through the nostrils. You can let the head come down. In this pose, I would generally stay here for like 5 minutes a day if you can, if not longer, especially if you have tight hips and inner thighs. So let's bring the feet closer to the glutes to come out of this. Sink the hips back towards the heels, press up. Ooh, move slowly, knees slowly together. Oh, 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 oh. And let's just come to sitting back onto the heels. Take a moment. Do a little shake if you need. Oh. So that pose can be a least favorite or a pleasurable favorite. I love this one. Come into all fours and tuck the toes under, press the hips back and up. Downward facing dog. First downward facing dog of the practice. I've got like a little curtain with my sweater here. So in downward facing dog, if you need to pedal it out, pedal it out. Move from side to side with the hips if you'd like. And come back to center. I'm going to stretch the right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee and stack your right hip open over the left. You can stay right here, or if you want to come down behind you, bring the right foot down behind you. Flipping your dog, right arm reaches forward, press the hips up. Knees are in line together, knees are bent. So we're getting a heart opening here, and we're opening into the hips and the groin. And slowly come back, downward facing dog. Very good. Inhale, send the left leg up behind you. Bend the left knee, stack the left hip open over the right. Stay here, or sink the left foot down behind you, flipping the dog here. Left arm reaches forward, press the hips up, knees are in line together. And come back to center. Downward facing dog. Let's very slowly walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Take your time. And ragdoll here for a moment. Bend in the knees, sway from side to side. Forward and back if you'd like. Side to side. Hands to the earth. Inhale, slowly roll up to standing. Let the arms hang and bounce as you come up. Let the knees bounce a bit. And let the shoulders bounce, let everything bounce. Move from side to side a bit. Again, we're releasing any stagnant energy by shaking. Try to look a little strange while you do it. Shake in a way you haven't shooken before. And the stillness. Come to standing. Hands alongside the body, grounding the feet. Step the feet together. Open the eyes. Open up wide to the right. And turn your right foot towards the back of the mat, left foot to the front of the mat. Sink into your knees, into this kind of goddess pose, as we call it. Hands are resting on the thighs, but we're not just hanging out. The hands are just sitting there. We're really strong through the thighs, through the glutes, through the heels. Nice and tall. Give a little bounce. You can even let the hands hang through center. And we're really engaging all of the muscles here of the legs. Can move from side to side. Dip it down a little bit lower. Move side to side and hands to the thighs. Let's dip the right shoulder into the center, look towards the left. Nice and strong. Left shoulder into center, look to the right. And come back to center. Slowly come up to standing. You're going to pigeon toe the feet in now towards each other. Slight bend in the knees, hands to the hips, inhale. And exhale, slowly fold forward. Hands to the earth. Folding in, you'll feel this in the back line as we open the hips a little bit here as well. Peel the chest up. Bend the right knee towards the back of the mat and sink in to the right heel. Left toes point up. So we're coming in to a ninja warrior. Take an inhale, peel the chest up. Exhale, move through center, bend the left knee, come onto the left toes, right toes point up. So we're gonna just move back and forth here. You're gonna feel this in that inner line and the back line. Move from side to side. Maybe you take the arms away, hands come out as you go from one side to the next. So inhale, exhale through center to the left. Inhale, exhale to the center and right. Inhale, exhale to the center to the left. So I'm just getting jazzy with my hands here. You could do whatever you'd like. Inhale, exhale to the center, right. Inhale, and exhale, come back to the front of the mat. Bend the left knee, and both hands are framing the left foot. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot and walk the left foot out to the side a little bit. Sink the right hip towards the ground, but it's not touching, and we're rolling onto the outer blade of the left foot, and we're just rocking from side to side. So in this kind of lizard pose here. When you're feeling fiery, I like to call it dragon pose. It's like, ooh. So you can find little circles. You'll feel this in the groin for sure. If you need to drop the right knee, do so. Whatever you need. Bring the right knee to the earth, all of us. Right hand stays planted. Bend the right knee behind you. Reach back with the left hand. Take a hold of the right foot and pull in. So we get into the right quadricep now. Open the chest. Bring the right foot down, left hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward to the outside of the right hand, same thing here. Drop that left hip down to hover, roll to the outer blade of the right foot, and find some circles or some movement if it serves you. I like to move in opposite directions. Left knee comes down. Bend the left knee, reach back with the right hand, pull the left foot in, open the chest, look back. Set the left foot down, right hand to the earth, step back, downward facing dog. Come down to the knees. Let the knees go wide, sink back towards the heels, child's pose. Forehead to the earth, arms move forward, coming into our last pose here. So when our inner thighs and our hips are so tight, many of these postures might feel impossible at this pose. Generally, we can come into this pose. So maybe it's just here each day. You come here and you let that spaciousness be created. Taking time, focusing on breath, equal inhales and exhales through the nostrils, listening for that ocean-like sound. And your practice, just like life, it unfolds in your time. So time is not linear. We don't all reach openings at the same exact point. So make sure that when you're doing these practices, you do them for yourself. You create your own timeline. Let's slowly come up, sitting back onto the heels, taking a moment to shut the eyes down. Hands resting on the thighs, palms up. And just having deep gratitude for having these minutes, these moments to come into ourselves, our physical form. Thank you, beautiful body, for all that you can do, all that you get challenged to do. Hands to heart center, bowing head to heart. Deep gratitude for each of our bodies on this journey, each of our minds, our hearts, this connection between the three, the trilogy of life. May you enjoy your vessels. May you find opening. May you clean house and feng shui your body to the best of your ability. Namaste. Gracias, yogis and yoginis. Have a beautiful journey. Hope to see you again next week. And you can find me in all the places down below. Have such a beautiful day.